Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel today. We'll be going over a few characters' strengths and weaknesses and how to overcome them. Every character in the series isn't perfect, as they may have a few faults that may put them at a disadvantage in a matchup in every Smash game. I'll be going over a few characters' strong points and their weak points. Since there are a lot of characters to go through, I'll be giving a brief description of their strengths and weaknesses so that you don't have to be here all day. This video will consist of the 64 and melee cast. I will be splitting the videos into sections of character origins and we'll be putting some together. Part 1 will consist of 64 and melee cast entrants, and part 2 will come in the near future. However, the next video will be something different. Mario is an all-round character with moves that can keep opponents near him and away from him. His combo potential is great, allowing him to rank up percent fairly quickly, so you don't want to be caught in a grab or multiple up tilts to beat Mario. You gotta keep control of the game and use his moves against him to keep yourself at an advantage. Best characters that will do well are sword characters due to their range. Donkey Kong is a powerhouse who will swing away and slam you down in a flash and will clap you to his victory. In order to prevent this, since DK is a big target, your moves will be comboing together like a piece of cake. Well, it's also good to exploit his recovery, and it isn't as good as it was in Smash 4. Watch out for those stage spikes. Link is back with a new look from Breath of the Wild and same moveset with few changes. He can now hold his bombs, which make him good for combos and edge guarding and ledge trapping. Link's weakness is that his neutral attack comes out slower than other characters. You want to learn to read distances and keep yourself in a good enough range and not allow him to have control of the stage. His grab is no longer a tether, keeping you safer after spacing yourself. Both Samus's games are all about keeping their distance from characters and using her ranged weapons to attack characters for the kill. They're both more faster than usual as well. However, when it comes to close distance battles, she isn't as great as her far distant battles. It's better to close the gap and force her into a combat game. Watch out for her grabs so you don't get comboed into an up air. Dark Samus's moves also have lower hitboxes, making her hit some characters with moves that Samus may not be able to land. Yoshi's is one of the characters to worry about with his crazy combo potential and powerful smash attacks that send his opponents flying to the boss room. His flutter kick can cause serious damage as well. Yoshi's recovery on the other hand is exploitable, allowing you to keep him off the map and have good spacing so that you aren't being hit down by down special stars, stopping you from punishing him. Watch out for the egg toss as well. Kirby is a strong fighter with combos that can raise your percentage in a flash. I've already covered a video on Kirby's strong points, which is in the description. Kirby's weakness is that he is one of the lighter characters, meaning that he can get killed at earlier percents. He has short range and needs to be very close range to attack his opponents. He has very strong aerials and he has a very good recovery, but it's very easy for Kirby to get edge guarded since his recovery is fairly predictable. Fox is a speed machine with crazy combo potential and a character that can rack up damage fairly quickly without you knowing it. He is a character that can rush down opponents, giving them no time to think and have players fear him. Fox, however, is a light character that can be killed at early percents. He can be caught off guard when off stage and can be edge guarded very easily with predictable recovery. When a Fox player is higher than the stage, they usually go for a side special, and when they're below, they usually go for an up special, which can be fairly easily punished with a spike. Pikachu is an electrical mouse that can be annoying to face against the Smash Ultimate. Pikachu can control the stage with his special moves and his looped combos that can rank up percent fairly quickly. Pikachu is a small character who can be sent off the map at low percents and can be an early kill. His recovery can be exploited and he can be punished out of shield for many of his moves. Luigi plays like a different character with a unique moveset and a floaty body and has an insane combo game and will kill you from 0% if done correctly. Yes, even after the Luigi patch, he can still hit a 0 to death. However, Luigi has took a huge hit when it comes to his recovery. Luigi has lost his power to go high when using his down special, the Cyclone, and because of this, Luigi's recovery is limited to his missile fire and a super jump punch, which isn't a lot and can be punished very easily. He is still a good character with a very strong ground game. Ness is a very combo heavy character with unique moves to help him set up many combos that deal a lot of damage. He is also able to zone a player with his special moves such as PK Fire and PK Star. His back throw can also kill after 100%, making him very dangerous. Ness has a very good neutral and punish game, but off stage he isn't as good. With his PK Thunder, it's hard for him to return to the stage and he can be edge guarded very easily. He can however use PK Thunder towards the stage and reuse it to gimp a player, so that's one thing to watch out for. Captain Falcon is a very fast and combo heavy character with mind games that can trick a player to force out a move that can be easily avoided. His combo game is very good and he can rank up damage fairly easy and get early kills. The only problem he encounters is his recovery. When Captain Falcon is offstage, it's very hard for him to come back with such notable recovery options. It is very easy to stop him from coming back. Falcon Punch may be a good move to hit, but it is very slow, so you must be very accurate with your landing or you will be punished. Captain Falcon has also lost his dash grab where he slides across the stage, making it harder to create combos, but they are still good to land. Jigglypuff is now much more better than she was in Smash 4, now not being the worst character in the game. She is now much more viable with many moves that can punish opponents for their incorrect inputs, and it can lead to major things such as shield breaks and send the opponents to the blast zone. If she puts you to sleep, you can always expect a kill with either forward smash or rest. Jigglypuff is one of the lighter characters in the game, making it easier for her to die at low percents. Missing a rest can put you in risk of an early kill, and getting your shield broken is an insta KO on most stages. Her recovery may be good due to her jump, but it's very easy to edge guard her, so be careful. Peach and Daisy are extremely good at this game, being classed as top 5s in the whole game. Their combo game is very good, their moves work together perfectly and can go into each other to attack opponents. All of their moves are very safe on shield, making it harder for the opponent to attack. Peach's weaknesses is that her combos don't necessarily kill. She doesn't really have a weakness aside to the turnip, which I'll talk about later. Daisy's weakness is that she's a bit shorter, so her reach is effective making smaller changes in terms of combo, but a major change in playstyle. The difference between these two characters is their turnips, which Peach isn't as heavy as Daisy's turnips. This affects kill setups and combos when playing the two. This is more detailed in Beefy Smash Dude's video about their differences. Bowser is a super heavyweight, being the most heavy character in the game, making him survive longer than he should in a game. He is a brute force with attacks that deal major damage and can easily break shields and earn him early kills in a game. What makes him bad is that he's a big target and can be comboed fairly easily. Some attacks can leave him vulnerable when successfully dodging, causing him to take more damage. His recovery is also easy to predict, making spikes much more easier to land due to being a big target. The duo of Nana and Popo has returned to Smash Ultimate with their crazy combo game when a desync happens, which is hard to create. They are very good when together, making their recovery extremely good and their moves more destructive and their combo game insane. Their weakness: Nana can't grab anymore, which means the wobble is gone, which forces a new playstyle. Their teamwork is necessary, so if Nana is KO'd, then all your strengths are now weaknesses, making it harder for you to win and easier for your opponent to take you out. Sheik is a combo machine with moves that can come together to make her a force of destruction. Her moves no longer leave her helpless in the air, making her a speedy and combo character. Although her combos is sincerely good, she is one of the few characters who have had a major change in their moveset, making them a worse character. Her weakness is that she has no kill power, making it hard to take stocks off her opponents due to the fact that they are at very high percents. She is also a lightweight, making her die a reasonable percent in a match. Expect to fight longer than usual in a match. Zelda returns with a new look and a whole new change to her playstyle. She isn't one of the worst characters in the game anymore. She has good combo game and her playstyle is now much more of a fighter than a zoner, but it's possible to do both with her, making her a good character. She has many sweet spots in her moves that can earn her early kills in the game. Her weakness is that she can be punished for her recovery from a ledge by a 2-frame. She lacks speed, making it harder to attack and punish opponents. She is a floaty and light character, making it easier to kill her at reasonable percents. Is back with a more destructive moveset with a change of throws and a few attacks and animations. His ground game is just as strong as his air game. He can get early kills with his crazy forward air, which sends opponents flying, and his new down air, which sends opponents to the ground. His weakness is that his recovery is similar to Mario but doesn't send as high. He can use his Dr. Tornado to give him some extra height, but is predictable and a risk. He can also trade a lot of attacks, but speed beats anything in tradings, making it harder to win trades against faster attacks. I myself play a lot of Pichu, and Pichu is argued to be one of the best characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, making a return after being the joke character of Melee. His moves are disgustingly good as they are meant to harm him, but that's what makes him a better character than Pikachu and the entire cast. His discharge makes his moves more powerful, allowing his moves to deal major damage for a small character. His combo game is one of the best with loops and insta kills in the game, and he also has many kill setups. This mouse has many mix-ups in the game, making him one of the most deadliest characters in the game. The only weakness about this character is that he's the lightest character in the game, making it easy for him to die before 60% or even lower. Falco is very similar to Fox and Wolf with a few twists and turns. He is more powerful, but he is more slower than Fox. He can toss out a reflector and use it to stun an opponent or reflect it, making it easier to fight projectile spam. His tools allow him to take on the cast without having a major issue. He shares the same weaknesses as Fox, which is recovery, as well as his recovery having less range than Fox's, making his recovery more exploitable than Fox, which makes it more harder for him to return to the stage, so it's best you make sure you don't go off stage. Marth and Lucina are very good characters with an aggressive playstyle that can leave their opponents stunned. Marth and Lucina are fairly different. Marth has his tipper where he does extra damage against an opponent if he hits the tip of his sword against an opponent. It's much more harder to land the Smash Ultimate and is fairly inconsistent. Lucina does not have a tipper, meaning she does not have a sweet or sour spot on her sword. To play Marth, it means that you must be consistently hitting with your tipper, which is extremely hard in Smash Ultimate, making Lucina the better choice in this scenario. Lucina is able to deal consistent damage and knockback, making her combos much more easier to land and perform. The only weakness between these two is spacing out a character. They both need to make space to give themselves advantage between certain characters in a game. Young Link is the best Link in terms of ranking the 3 Links in the game. This is because he has true kill setups and combos which make him more flexible than any other Link in the game. His neutral game consists of zoning out opponents and creating openings to attack with a fully fledged combo that deals major damage. His weakness consists of being a small character, meaning that he is a lightweight, making him die a reasonable percent. His recovery is fairly easy to read depending on the situation he is in. If he's far away, he will most likely use a bomb to reuse his up special, and if he's close, he is most likely to go to use his chain to hook to the stage. Reading his recovery can lead to easy punish and easy kills. Ganondorf is back with a familiar look and more powerful than ever. He isn't the Captain Falcon copy he has always been, with his new sword that packs a punch and can get easy kills at early percents. He's more faster and his specials have gotten smaller buffs too. Ganondorf is a scary character to come across who can dunk opponents and send them down to the Shadow Realm that he has been doing for many years. The weakness that makes him bad is his recovery, as it is fairly easy to kill him. It is fairly predictable and plans on only having one way back on the map. While he is able to Ganon side, he isn't able to Ganon side and win the match this time, as it makes his opponents win and smash ultimate. He relies on brute strength, making him a scary character. Mewtwo is a fairly large and floaty character with a tail that can swipe opponents off the map and create openings. Mewtwo has many different playstyles where he can be a zoner or a fighter. Mewtwo has powerful tail attacks and a solid projectile game, as well as his recovery. To play Mewtwo, you must really adjust to having different fighting styles against different characters. Mewtwo's weaknesses is that he's a floaty and a lightweight, and while it takes a while to get used to him, some of his moves are fairly punishable. Learning to play Mewtwo is more difficult than other characters. Roy and Crumb are excellent fighters with an aggressive playstyle for both characters, spacing out their opponents, making their out of shield options very safe and can punish opponents fairly easily. Their moveset consists of combo heavy moves that can rank up damage fairly easily and also have a lot of kill power that can send opponents off screen. Crumb has Ike's up special where he can spike many opponents off stage and take stocks fairly easily and get easy wins where he has a stock lead. Their weaknesses is that they both have bad recoveries. Although they both have different recoveries, it is hard for them to come back on the stage and it's fairly easy to edge guard them. Roy also has sweet spots, making him a more inconsistent character depending on a player's playstyle. Mr. Game & Watch has received a few buffs in the making and has received many new animations and moves. However, he is one of the few tricky characters to pick up if you don't know his attack patterns. Mr. Game & Watch can do serious damage with his moveset and force players to change their playstyle up. He also has his Judge, which has a small potential of getting an early kill. His weakness is that he has many errors in his moves and can be easily beaten at close range. While his moves are good, his grabs are pretty much useless. He is also fairly light and can be killed at early percents. That's all for the 64 and Melee cast. Hopefully this has given a sight of what these characters can pull off in the game, and how you can take down these characters with a few tricks up your sleeves to abuse their weaknesses and avoid their strengths. Until then, keep practicing.